Hi Aries, welcome to your May 2022 reading. So today I'll be doing a poll for your general outlook on the month ahead, also for this love connection that you have, and then another spread for your person in particular. So let's get started. Let's see what comes out. Okay. So I have the Queen of Coins in reverse, and I have the Knight of Swords, and then I have Temperance. So I'm getting a sense that, in terms of career and possibly your social life, I'm getting a sense that you've been feeling pretty insecure and unsafe in your current work environment. I'm not sure if this resonates with all Aries, but like I said, it just came out. So, but I think that you are not feeling like your current position in your job is really secure. I think you're feeling as if you're just in this really insecure position at work. You're not sure where you stand. You don't know what your coworkers and your boss think of you. And you also just feel a bit uncomfortable around them. Then I have the Knight of Swords. I'm getting a sense, and then Temperance. But I think it's all going to kind of wash away. This possibly might be, because you've just entered a new kind of workspace, Aries. And this is why you're feeling that way. But the Temperance is telling me that you should just remain patient and it'll all start to work out. I think you're feeling a bit, uncomfortable in this position. You might feel like you're not working to your best ability, or that people are thinking that you're not working to your best. But I think that just comes with the territory of working a new job or being in a new environment. I would just remain patient. And then for Aries that are looking for a new job or, have a new one on the horizon, I'm getting a sense that you're starting to feel a bit insecure in your financial situation. And I think that your spending has been a bit much, but I would, like I said, remain patient in that case. Try to maintain your savings. There is a job on the horizon, but you want to stay smart and stay proactive about your current situation, because it seems like you might be spending more than you're making at the moment, and your current position is not really allowing you to make that feasible for a really good lifestyle. And I think that's why you've been feeling that kind of anxiety. Oh yeah, okay, so I just got the Tower here. I think that, in terms of your life right now, I think it feels like the things around you are crumbling down a bit, unfortunately, Aries. I think it feels like, your friends aren't reaching out, your work is not working out. And then when I'm looking at this in the sense of love, I think that this person what I'm getting a sense is that you were in a very vulnerable position when you first met this person that you're thinking about, or that you have in mind. They kind of asked you out and approached you with this aggressiveness. They were really, straightforward, hey, I want to take you out, blah, 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 blah. And you felt wow, I've never had someone be so interested in me and so quick. But because it's so quick, I think that you can learn from some patience. I think this person isn't really good for you. And I think that they don't have the best intentions. And they, kind of came onto you really fast. And I think that while all this other stuff is happening for you, oh, yeah, okay, so then I just got the 5 of Coins. While this other stuff is happening for you, you're, in this really vulnerable position with your job. Your friends are kind of becoming unreliable. You're finding yourself, in this position where you're only relying on this person. And they know that, and they're taking advantage of that. And they're kind of, picking at you bit by bit. I'm getting a sense as well, this person, this may not resonate with all Aries, but I'm just going to say, I think this person is, they seem like they ask you for money a lot, and they know what kind of situation you're in, so they know that you're not really in the position to be, offering money like that, but they really are taking advantage of you overall. I think that if you maintain patience, you will find that, this person will kind of, cool it down a bit, but it seems like this person is just, way too eager to I don't know how to explain it. This is weird. I kind of want to let's see, I'm going to clarify all this in terms of love. Then I have the 3 of Cups in reverse, and then 5 of Cups in reverse. All right, so 3 of Cups in reverse. I don't think this person is it seems like they just don't being with them is just not a good time. I think you're feeling very stressed when you're with them. It's a very stressful situation on top of the already stressful life that you're already living. I think that, your housing and your job situation is really, on the rocks. And then also your friends have kind of turned on you in this way that you have didn't expect. And there's a really big change in your friendships and your social life. And then on top of that, this person seems to, I don't know. I think that I want to know their intention, so I think I'm going to pull their spread on this side. But I can't even like get a sense of what their intentions are. Let's see. Then I have the Five of Cups in reverse. I think that you're starting to, like I said, in like alongside this Temperance card, when you find that patience, you'll find that you're going to start seeing life on a more optimistic angle and like return to yourself. I think right now you just don't feel like yourself, and it's because of all these like outside influences that you feel like really stressed out and not like yourself. It feels like life is just like super stressful at the moment, and I think that this person is adding on to that. It seems like they're using you, Aries, and they're using you, financially, and they're using you emotionally. I have the Six of Wands in reverse here, and then I have the Five of Swords. I think that this is for your person in particular. I'm getting a sense that, they're likely, like, they have heavy water placements or even, heavy fire placements as well alongside you. They also might be an air sign. Yeah, I'm just not getting a sense that they're an earth sign at all, but yeah, it could be any of those. But I think that they're the kind of person who starts a fight just to start a fight, if that makes sense. Their communication style is very combative, and they feel like, being in a relationship with you is like a competition almost. They feel like, if you're making more than them, then they get upset. But then they also want to like ask you for money all the time. And, it seems like they see this kind of situation as like a battle between you. They're like antagonizing you and making you feel less than, and this is just like not a good situation to be in considering your current situation. So I then have the Six of Cups here. I think they're acting out this way just because they are kind of afraid. I think that Aries, they are afraid to repeat their past relationships. I think they feel a bit insecure because they are not like the provider in the situation. Six of Cups is typically indicating like, they have this like really big emotional connection with you, but they are just constantly reminded of their past when they're with you. And I think that their current, ways of communicating is just indicative of like not having a lot of communication in their past situations. I have the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, so I think that for them, love is kind of like a hard cross to bear, if that makes sense. I think that they are intending on like, being with you, but at the moment they're just like using you all up, and they don't really know how to communicate the fact that they're like, scared of repeating the past. I think they're really scared of repeating the past. I think that at the moment it doesn't feel like they're having fun with you, and this person should be like, your light. They should be, oh, okay, so I think this person seems to, I have the Nine of Cups here, seems to be really invested in you. They really appreciate your connection. They appreciate being with you. They think that, you are the person they've always dreamed of. You kind of like, at the start, reminded them that there could be something past their past relationships, but like I said, they're just so traumatized from the past that they're trying to inflict that on you, and they're not really being considerate. I think that right now you guys are in a state where you're constantly fighting, constantly competing with one another or combating one another. I have the Ace of Coins here. So I think that what I'm seeing is this person has every intention on, remedying things and learning from their trauma and learning from their past. They see this new month as kind of like a rebirth or a new opportunity to remold the relationship into something more optimistic, more prosperous, and to care for you in a better way. They know how much they hurt you. They know that. They're very aware of that, but they're like, it seems like they're actively learning how to, fix their behavior, because they know that when they did meet you, you guys were both on hard times, I think they are adding to your stress currently, but they're starting to realize like, I shouldn't be the one adding to their stress. So with the Nine of Cups and then the Ace of Coins here together, I'm seeing that they are starting to turn a new leaf in May. So at the end of April, you're starting to feel like, really bogged down by this relationship. You're feeling like, why are they treating me this way? Like, I feel like I don't deserve this. Like, and you definitely don't. You do not deserve the way they're currently treating you. You guys are fighting about the smallest things. It seems like you fight over money a lot. I'm getting a sense that like money is a big issue for you both. And it's just like not as fun as it was in the beginning. And I think that even though they approached you with such like, like they were so passionate about approaching you, and they came onto you really fast and stuff, and it's like they really wanted to get to know you, and it felt like you were in this honeymoon phase, and now all of a sudden, now that you're with each other, it's like just been nothing but like sadness and like fighting. But I think that with the Six of Cups, then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, Knight of Cups, and then Ace of Coins. I'm seeing that they're really starting to kind of like dig deep with the introspection. The cups indicate to me that they're probably, I'm getting more of a sense that they're probably a water sign, but I think that they're typically used to like digging into that introspection, rethinking their behaviors, trying to adjust it to make you feel better and to like fix your guys' relationship. Like they know that they've hurt you, they know that they've wronged you, and in this new month they're going to be turning a new leaf in their behavior. I'm going to pull these emotional oracle cards to get a sense of what you should be considering or how you're feeling in this moment. I'll pull one for you and then one for your person. Let's see what you should be keeping in mind. Let's see what comes out here. Protection. And then for them, let's see. Love and forgiveness. Okay, yeah. So this makes a lot of sense, Aries. For protection here, I think that you just have to kind of like protect yourself and protect your interests. Right now, you're in this really vulnerable position where you are just not, doing well financially, socially. And then on top of that, this person that you're connected to is like adding on to all that stress. I think it's time for you to kind of like protect yourself and your interests and your needs. I also think this is indicating that you should kind of build your savings at the moment. Like I said, I think right now is a really precarious time in terms of your finances. But I think that you should be taking this time to be more careful with your spending, protect your money, protect your, faith in yourself, protect your confidence, all of that, because things are going to shift pretty drastically in the month of May. The Tower here really just like points to it all. I think that this indicates that like a lot of things will be changing in your life. It's not to say that you won't be prepared for it, but you do need to protect yourself in advance. Then with your person, I have love and forgiveness. This person does have a lot of love for you, and they want to be forgiven. Like I said, they're on this current self journey where they want to kind of relearn their behaviors and learn from their past. At the moment, they're kind of replicating all their past relationships without even like realizing. But in the new month, they're going to kind of reevaluate their behaviors and how they've been treating you. And I think that they're going to also, you guys are going to come to a consensus on, fixing what's wrong. I think you guys have been fighting for a while. You disagree on a lot, but I think that they have every intention on having that conversation with you and fixing things in that realm. I think that they are learning as they go along, and even though it's like not fair that you are part of this like self journey and you have to be like the reciprocant of that terrible behavior, they are learning. They're actively learning, and in the new month things will change. I'm gonna pull one of these hidden truth oracles to get more of a sense of how your person's feeling. Oh, that one wanted to come out right away. There's two there. Sorry, I thought it was one. Let's shuffle that a bit. Let's see. Yes, okay, exactly. So I wish I had treated you better. They really regret how they've been treating you, Aries, and they recognize that. They really are working to change their behaviors because they do really, really, really care about you and love you, and they see this as something that, they came to you the first time you guys met. They asked you out, and they kind of, like, rushed into this relationship, and they wouldn't have done that if they didn't see something in you that they really loved and, like, appreciated. They just realized that they need to change their behavior, and they're saying, I wish I had treated you better. In this new month, they're going to be really turning... there's going to be this really big turnaround in their behavior. And I think even though the Tower is indicating this really huge shift in, like, your other parts of your life, I think it's also indicating, like, the destruction of their old self and then this new self that's going to be, like, be in this relationship with you. I think that this person is, like, undergoing this entirely new kind of, like, change and journey that will allow them to become a better partner and a better person. I'm going to pull the Messages of Love oracle cards, just to get a more sense of the relationship as a whole. Let's see what comes out here. Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. So I think that this is showing to me that underneath all of that, like, underneath all those fights, underneath all the, like, aggressiveness that, like, you guys have been approaching each other with, like, you're just constantly fighting about small things. And I don't think it's anything, like, other couples don't necessarily go through. I think, all couples go through, like, periods where everything becomes a problem. Like, you guys get on your last nerve. And I think that's just what you guys are going through. And they're having a hard time communicating that, but they do really, really love you deep down. And they wish they treated you better. And they are, like, longing for you in a way that, like, is reminiscent of, like, how they first approached you and how they first, saw you. Like, it was kind of like love at first sight. And they're really, like, really, really attached to you, Aries. They just want forgiveness, and I think that in time, if you remain patient, it will happen, but I think it will have to be like a conversation you both have. Not to say you don't have a say in the relationship, but it's just like you should be able to, like I said, protect yourself. Like, know what you want and what you need and communicate that to your current love connection. And I think that they will be super, they will, like, be able to reciprocate that and perform that and, like, change everything in the relationship. I think that at the moment, things are just pretty fraught. You guys are just fighting about, what I'm seeing is money, for the most part. And I think that's just, like, causing a lot of strife in your relationship. But I think it will pass. Like, it will pass, and it's showing me that, like, at the start of May, if you just remain patient, things will change, and you'll start on a new foot, and you guys will be able to, start as new again. Yeah, thanks for watching, Aries.